Hi everyone, Coach Alexa here. I've been thinking a bit recently about the things that running can teach us about our bodies, the way we are, our brains a little bit. So let me talk you through a few little examples. I certainly, when I started out running, when I was getting into it, building up to 5k and then beyond, running shone a bit more of a light on things that are going to be impacting our bodies and our brains the whole time anyway, but it just becomes more obvious, I think, of the impact that these things have when we're challenging ourselves a bit more physically. So, a little bit too much to drink the night before on a night out, you'll really feel the difference in your run the following day. Big greasy takeaway, again, you'll feel the difference in your runs maybe a day or even two later. Not a great night's sleep, you'll feel it a little bit more in your run, perhaps a few mental gremlins popping in. A great night's sleep and some good food the previous day, and though the same run will feel really quite different. So these things will be having an impact on our body and our brain and our mental and physical performance, be it at home or at work or whatever we do. But it's more noticeable, I think, when we run. So it's interesting just to use that as a mirror and reflect back on some of those other decisions and how we want to balance the good, healthy self-care things in our life with the other stuff we might not want to get rid of. The other thing to think about, I find, is what you enjoy about the different running sessions. So I had a wonderful moment a few years ago where I got into a beautiful kind of zen-like state on a really long training run for an ultra. And it kind of clicked with me that that was what I really enjoyed about those long runs, that me time, that space, the kind of almost mindfulness of the run. The fact that it was a fairly gentle pace, so I was covering lots of ground, I was outdoors, there were no interruptions, no phone calls, no, people coming to talk to me. It was just all about enjoying being out in the outdoors on my own, and I absolutely loved that. Other people will prefer pushing themselves, will prefer getting faster. There's loads of different aspects of running that can motivate us, and I think we can learn a little bit about those motivational factors that also apply to other areas in life. I think it's also interesting that running does give us the mental strength, particularly endurance running, so when you're going sort of half marathon, and potentially beyond. Those sorts of distances give us that mental strength that we can push on in challenging situations and give us that confidence of what we can achieve. I always find it very interesting the way, particularly when people get into running to begin with, if you get them to look back and reflect on the past 2 to 3 months of training, you can really see how far you've come. Like, goodness, what I think about it, that looks really easy, and when at the time I found it quite challenging, looking back with 2 months worth of hindsight. And I think that's a useful thing to learn as well. We do the same at work or learning a new skill. We do things incrementally, we challenge ourselves step by step, we allow ourselves rest and recovery to take on board that new level of challenge, whether it be something for the brain or something for the body, and the body and brain will adapt and learn and improve. The challenge plus the rest and recovery equals that gradual improvement. So loads to learn about life, I think, through the lens of running.